Hello.
Welcome to
me. Welcome to me.
This is Larry.
Hello,
everybody.
I'm Larry. Am I? Is that my name for today? Yes.
Guru Larry?
My Guru Larry account. This is going to be weird because it's my Christmas banner at the moment.
So we don't do this very often.
Don't you?
No, invites people.
Invite
Invite myself to your house.
It's like you invite yourself to my house and then say it's your channel.
So if you don't know about Larry, then you're going to know by the end of this video, hopefully.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. I'm afraid it's too late now. You just stop the video. No, I do videos on the internet, obviously. I cover weird and funny anecdotes and facts about gaming history. So weird, funny events that happened in the past and stuff like that.
So how long have you been doing that for on YouTube?
I've been on YouTube since 2006, but the early ones were just like uploading videos of fat kids falling off skateboards and that, nothing proper videos. I think late 2007-ish, I started doing proper videos. So I used to cover sort of, because there's like a massive American demographic on YouTube at the time, I used to cover games that weren't ever released there, stuff like Jet Set Willy and those weird PS2 games, like Police Madness.
Why focus on video games? Why not do stuff on comics or manga? Or I'm looking around your room here.
Yeah, no, I used to be a manga artist, and I used to do box art cover for various games sort of around the PS2 era,
right?
And stuff like that. So it's fun, but it's just a lot easier and simpler to just talk about games rather than draw them. So,
is there a specific area that you like to focus on when you do your videos?
It's like funny stuff, really.
Yeah.
Mostly funny stuff, anecdotal stuff. I always try and go for stuff that nobody else has covered as well. I mean, there's only so many times you can watch a video and go, "Oh, did you know that Super Mario 2 was really Doki Doki Panic?" and that. But like I try.
Is it?
No, as I said, I just try and cover stuff that nobody else has done. So I like going through old gaming magazines as well.
Okay.
Stuff so it's information that's never been on the internet, but it's buried in some old magazine somewhere.
How has it changed? Like, obviously, you're now in this. How many years of YouTube now are we on?
I think it's like 2005, so it's getting on for 14.
14 years. Yeah. So how in 2018 is it that different to, say, even 5 years ago?
I think it's more sort of money involved now. I mean, in the early days, nobody earned a penny.
Right.
Unless you were sort of like one of the top elite, or you're favoured by YouTube.
Okay.
But then the sort of network partners come along and sort of said, well, we'll take it for you. You just give us a cut of the money, and we'll we'll be partnered for your channel and that. So started getting more money focused and stuff like that. Now I think it's not as good as it used to be. You have to sort of it's like treading on eggshells, because you're always going to end up getting flagged by some company who has no claim to your videos, or you'll upset somebody and they'll file a complaint or something and stuff like that. So it's quite a bit of a minefield of content now. So you have to be careful what you actually do, which isn't, so you're never 100% doing your own vision.
Yeah. Mostly. Why are you looking at old games then? Why are you not looking at Fortnite and some of the newer titles on newer consoles?
I don't know.
Surely that's where the money's at, isn't it?
It is, but the thing is that modern gaming, people only really care about it for a couple of weeks and then they move on. It's sort of like McDonald's type mentality. You have to keep making new content over and over. At least with old videos, is because it's it's like evergreen, as YouTube would call it, that it will stay relevant forever. A video talking about some old game.
But if you did a sort of Nintendo Switch video, you'd get more views, wouldn't you? You
would, but only that short period of time before it sort of subdues.
Okay.
But no, I like doing it because I think it's quite interesting. A lot of how pop culture has changed in the world of gaming is so different then than it is now.
Are there certain videos, like historically, that you're quite proud you've made over the years?
I think I think everybody's favourite video of mine was probably the DriverGate one.
Right.
Because that was a long forgotten drama, really.
And can you still get that on your channel?
Yes, yeah, that's fine.
Put a link to that below, yeah. So we'll put a link to Larry's channel, just down there.
Down there.
And then you've mentioned Driver, but any others? We'll link those as well.
I don't know. I think
top three.
I think the one that's got me the most views is that Dickish Developers one about games that they purposely made impossible to beat.
Right. Well, you couldn't actually complete.
Yeah, you couldn't complete them. They're purposely made that you couldn't complete them, and it's like because they ran out of time or memory, or just they didn't think anybody would ever get that far in the game.
Yeah, but it's just like when you're a kid, you're just going mad, but there's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
But you never knew at the time because there wasn't the internet.
No, of course not. No, so you'd have to lump it in that. Or hopefully maybe somebody else questioned it in a magazine 3 months in the future or something like that. So a lot of people didn't know about it at the time until sort of it came to fruition. You know, so many people clumped together. Oh, I never got that far either. There must be something weird going on then. People got more talented and could break into the games and I could see there was something wrong there. So stuff like that. So yeah, it's quite really interesting stories, stuff like that.
And is that taking a bit of research then from your side to?
Yeah, everything's research.
Mm.
I mean, I've tried making up stuff, but it doesn't work as well as well as research. No, but yeah, like I said, it's it's just interesting. And the other one was the worst selling consoles as well. That done quite well for me.
Not the best selling.
Not the best selling. Everybody's done that, but the worst selling.
Is it different story for each? 3DO versus Virtual Boy. Is there a kind of ingredients to a bad selling console? Or is it every story is quite different?
I think a lot of it's just bad timing more than anything. It's either bad timing or it's just way too expensive for what it is. Really.
Yeah. Bit like the Sega Saturn then.
The Saturn was too expensive. 3DO was like £700 when it came out, so that's like equivalent like £1,200 by today's money.
See, I've been playing my 3DO fairly recently quite a bit because Road Rash is a really good version.
Brilliant game.
The sound off that is phenomenal. Obviously it's Panasonic, and even dare I say, like some CDI games, the sound is top notch. Micro Machines on the CDI is not a bad game.
No,
compared
it's
to
a bit
Mega
slow.
Drive.
It's a bit slow.
A little bit slow, but the sound aspect to it. Tetris is an interesting one on a CDI.
Yeah, I love the music.
It's very chilled.
Tranquil.
Yeah, exactly. There is a sort of thing of internet culture, and I'm not pointing the finger at you, but just YouTube, Twitter, what have you, of damning some of these consoles that haven't done so well.
Oh, they're just doing it for views. I mean, the AVGN said he is a character. He's not. He doesn't feel that way at all. But I think it's his hive mentality of because somebody popular said it's bad, therefore it must be bad. I mean, he'd done the CD32 recently at the time of recording this, and that was really unfairly bashed. I mean, they're Amiga games, a lot of them are classic Amiga games on the system, so a lot of people have now condemned the CD32 as this terrible gaming system when it's anything but.
Also, I want to find out for myself.
Yeah.
I want to go and buy that console
and
try it myself.
Yeah.
I will watch videos and I definitely can form a kind of opinion, but you can only truly form a proper opinion if you try before you buy, or if you buy it and what have you, then play it. I mean, sometimes it is that try before you buy. It is good to go and play it at a mate's house who's got one, or at an event. If you're going to go and buy a Neo Geo,
that's a bit of an investment.
It's a big investment. Or Virtual Boy, they're going through the roof as well. But it's good to try them out to experience the actual true thing for yourself, rather than just relying on entertainment value.
Yeah, I know, exactly. There's a character saying it's bad.
They are entertaining, those things, but we shouldn't be like, oh, that's it now, I've done that. I've done the CD32, CDI, I'm never going to try it again, because you're missing out on
exactly. If you never play it for yourself, it's just like one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Exactly.
So.
And what trash is treasure then for you, console-wise?
No, I did like the CDI. I think there were some really good games on it.
Do you remember going to Dixon's? They always had a massive demo area for the CDI, didn't they?
Yeah.
Lots of point of sale, and often it was Mad Dog McCree was running.
Dog McCree. There's I think there was a game called Rever or something they used to advertise heavily.
That was like a demo, wasn't it? Do you think?
I remember you travel from planet to planet doing puzzles and stuff like that. It's very simple stuff. But I think the main game that blew me away was Burn Cycle.
Right.
I'm surprised they've never released that in an HD version, because that was a brilliant game.
But you sort of see, if you dismiss that console, there are a scattering of games that are worth getting it for.
Yeah, I mean every system has got some good games.
Really, yes. As there's some systems that have every game that's bad, though. There must be a few.
What are you saying?
I'm not putting words into your mouth.
Oh, I don't know.
Is there a handheld?
Is this a new website now? Games you hated.
No, because then we can do the reverse in a minute.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to start with top 5 games from Guru Larry.
We're
not sponsored by Sports Direct, but if Mike Ashley wants to throw a few,
okay.
Then we won't say no.
I only bought that mug because it's big. Really, I like big.
4 cups of tea in it.
Yeah, so I just got me asked to keep making tea all the time. So I just make one big cup.
So can you think of anything is it R Zone? That's
arse zone.
It's a bit of a weird one, isn't
it? That was just those Tiger LCD games put into a sort of different form, in a glowy red form.
Yeah. That was Tiger, wasn't it? Of course.
It was, yes.
So I collect Tiger LCDs for some weird reason.
I collect the arcade ports. They do.
They look nice, don't they? Just when you turn the game on, it's a bit sketchy.
Yeah, some are really innovative. Innovative. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, I got like a virtual cop one. It comes with a little gun.
God.
It's
really?
Yeah, it comes with a little gun.
Seen that.
And they did. They come as Area 51. They also did it.
Okay.
With a little gun. So yeah, it's just a gimmicky thing.
So what games do you play regularly that are classed as sort of pre-millennium retro games? Everybody's retro is different, but
I don't.
90s games we were talking about earlier, aren't we?
Yeah, I think I play Crazy Taxi, if that counts. For some reason, that game I've probably played more than any other game in my life.
Okay. Why would you play that?
It's just a quick pick up and play thing, and that.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and
you can play it in different modes, and you can literally just obviously play it for 3 minutes, can't you?
Yeah, you can play it for. I always said like a 10-minute one personally, because get some money's worth out of it.
Did you play it in the arcade or?
I think I've played it once in the arcade. I mean, it's so arcade perfect on a Dreamcast that there's no real point in that, and it's easier to play with a joypad than it is a steering wheel. So,
what else?
I'm trying to think really. Sort of retro stuff. It sort of changes my mind, and that I just have a mood, as it were, for choosing what I want to play.
So I sometimes play games by decade. Weirdly.
Oh, okay.
I even play by year. That's how strange I can be sometimes.
Okay, well, when you start going by alphabet, I think you just start seeing a doctor.
But doing it by decade is quite good. Like, I'm really going to play my 90s games, because if I just, I'm not knocking it, but if I just play Mega Drive for a good session, I feel like I'm missing out. Whereas I think of retro gaming like in eras,
Yeah.
So kind of playing at 90s games, you can fish out snares and And then for me again, I'm quite getting into the CD based games.
Yeah.
Going back to that sort of whole era of cutscenes, and because it was a sort of a crossover of movies and gaming, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like the last hurrah of movie licenses back then. I mean, you never see them nowadays, do you?
No, they've kind of given up the ghost, haven't they?
Well, it's because it's just a lot easier to just come up with your own story rather than use somebody else's and pay them a huge royalty for the privilege.
So why is it you've got so many followers then? You've got 340,000 subscribers.
I don't know.
Why do people have you had any feedback from folk who sort of follow you?
They like I said, I do information that nobody else covers on the internet. I think they like that, but I try and do it in a light-hearted way, because I know a lot of people who aren't really that interested in games, they watch me because I'm sort of just add comedy into it, so they find it entertaining. And
do you bring out game videos? Is it a strict timetable, or is it just as and when you?
As and when. I just spend some nights just flicking through the internet one day, and I just find something interesting, and it just piques my interest, and I got to do a video on that because it's so good.
And is it just YouTube? Do you have any other ways of seeing your stuff, or?
At the moment, probably it's just YouTube for videos primarily.
What about if you're a real fan? Do you have like Patreon or anything like that?
Yeah, I got Patreon. Yeah,
right.
That's like giving me money.
Okay.
Loving me so much you give me money. Yeah, I got Patreon. Patreon.com/Larry.
Does that help fund what you do in terms of your?
It does, because it is such a massive time sponge trying to research this information, trying to cross-reference. So I've had to dump so much stuff to find that, I think, it's this really interesting story, and it's just somebody's just made up, or Chinese whispers or something like that. So that's been heartbreaking. So like I say, it takes so much time to do these sort of things.
It's a full-time gig for you.
Oh, it is, yeah. And it's me working my own mostly.
Right.
Sometimes I get so overwhelmed, I do get other people to help edit the videos and stuff like that.
And voiceover and stuff.
No, it's all me.
Oh, is it? It's always you,
yeah.
Just on the editing, is it?
Yeah, it's just the editing sometimes, and the script writing. Kieran Hawken has helped me a couple of times.
Okay, and Kieran writes for Retro Gamer Mag.
He does, yes.
Yeah.
So any sort of Atari heavy videos on my channel, that's definitely written by him.
He's a bit of a Jaguar fan.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's very defensive of the Jaguar.
But you know, anybody else? I've seen you do some collaborations.
I just do a load with Ashens I used to back in the day. Probably doing some more games soon because he's sort of phasing out of Barshans at the moment, so he's be doing sort of more free time.
Can we get any hints as to what you might be doing in the future?
What do you mean, collaboration wise? Or?
Just anything.
Well, I want to start doing videos on my collection of really weird game controllers.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I've sort of got some really bizarre ones in my shed and stuff like that, like a laparoscopic controller, which it's a Wii U for the Wii U. They only made like 200 of them, but they teach you to do keyhole surgery.
Oh wow!
So that's quite.
What, literally as a surgeon?
Literally, they are literally designed to teach you.
So what are you going to do? Actually, like a hands-on demo of these things?
Yeah, just I might get a guest on for that and sort of have them experience it for the first time because it's funny.
Right.
Just see their reaction for trying it for the first time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do videos like that, and I'm also going to do some fact hunt videos. Got some interesting ones coming up.
They're always good. They're like Easter eggs, but sort of better, really, aren't
yes. I mean, I've got one on console games that contain viruses.
they? Okay.
So that's
God.
Yeah.
Avoid that one.
I'm surprised somebody's done that before. Yeah. So I've got loads of weird. And I like doing I love looking at sort of derpy things they've said in game magazines over in the past and that as well. Like they gave terrible games with really good scores out. The first issue of Games Master gave Sonic 2 60%.
Whoa.
Because they just said, oh, it's the first Sonic game again.
And just didn't back it.
Yeah. I think they've just been trying to be edgy more than anything.
So it's a bit of... That's quite interesting, taking some of the older kind of articles and then putting a new sort of angle on it.
Yeah, I think...
New light on it, should we say.
I love listening. It's just the stories and stuff like that from the past and that. So a lot of it, it's just people just moved on and that. But some of the people getting stuff wrong in hindsight and stuff like that. Like they said, Mean Machines. They announced at CES the Game Gear, and they were going around telling everybody, oh, you could play Mega Drive games on it,
right?
Stuff like that.
How do you? So you found this from a magazine?
Just found it in a magazine, yeah. Them getting all excited about the PC engine being officially released in the UK. It was going to be called the EPC engine, a European PC engine.
So do you think that you need to go a bit further with your ideas then? Because a lot of us, I mean, I've been watching videos on YouTube for many years, and you start to perhaps see duplicates.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's only so much information you can do. I mean, pretty much every single Nintendo game ever released has been reviewed on the internet. Not all Spectrum games. I mean, they just go for the big ones. Again, everyone all look good. It's Chase HQ is the best Spectrum game ever and stuff like that. So people always go for the main Spectrum games, and so there's a lot of buried ones like that. Have you heard of a channel called The Spectrum Show?
I haven't, no.
Oh, he's really good.
Should we find a link and put that in as well?
Yes, Paul Jenkins, I think his name is. He's really good, yeah.
There's thousands of Spectrum games.
And sometimes you find a really, really good game and you sort of get a bit sad that it wasn't part of your childhood that you liked. It's so good. I've done that a few times and I was like, oh, I wish I had this as a kid. It's so fun.
So, top 3 games that you're nostalgic about, like those little heartstrings plugging on you. Little 12-year-old Larry sitting at home, wouldn't go out, wanted to play that game over and over. What 3 games did it for you? Just shoot from the hip.
Well, like I said, I did say Crazy Taxi already. That's a bit late.
That's not old enough.
Oh, okay. Wonder Boy 3. That was a big game for me when I was young. Absolutely loved that. I bought the remake last year and finished it in about 2 hours. So I loved it so much. I'm playing through that one Monster Boy at the moment. Okay. So that's like the sequel to it.
So what was it about that game? Was it the sound, the graphics, just the whole package?
I think it's not just the game. It's about what my life was like back then. I mean, I remember the day I bought it because I just come out from the dentist and that.
All right.
And
bit of a pick-me-up game, isn't it?
Yeah, well, sort of half out of it from the injections and stuff like that. So yes. And I remember going to watch Bodger and Badger on the television afterwards as well. So,
hey mate,
so
easy days.
It's just weird how you get sort of memories locked in like that. So it's association of what your life was like back then. Something happened.
definitely. Anything else?
Alright, again, Alex Kidd, that was a big one.
Mm.
In Miracle World, I remember I loved that, playing that over and over.
What about arcade games? Choose an arcade. What was your favourite arcade game as a child? I mean, mine's so obvious if you follow us. It's Outrun all the time.
Oh, yeah, I love Outrun.
Deluxe Cab. But what was your sort of thing?
Was that one over there, really?
This is a Turtles 4-player. Yeah, behind us.
Ninja Turtles arcade machine. I vowed I'd buy one day, and I saw it cheap on eBay, and so I had to get it.
That is a game and a half, isn't it? It's a good party game as well, isn't it?
Oh, it is. I've got Simpsons plugged into it at the moment, I think.
Have you?
Yeah.
So out of social media, obviously there's YouTube.
Yeah.
Are you more active on Twitter than anywhere else, would you say? Like Instagram?
Well, I think Twitter's easier to spread with other people and that. I mean, I'm on Facebook as well.
Right.
But that's quite hard to sort of... It's sort of... Facebook sort of nerfs the amount of audience that you can get unless you give them money to it to spread your posts and stuff like that. So I think Twitter's more social nowadays for getting a message across. And also other people who aren't on your friends list or don't know you, they'll share it as well if they find it interesting.
Cool. So wherever you are in the world, obviously we're British, but you can be anywhere from Australia to, I was going to say Argentina, you know? Arkansas, and follow Larry on Twitter. But obviously, genuinely, even though you are sitting across from me and you might wrestle me to the floor, I'm not saying this because of that. Larry's channel is a great one to subscribe to if you are into more in-depth quality stuff, really, because he does cover stuff in detail, documentary style.
Yes, yeah, like I said, I do try and keep it as brief and interesting as possible. I don't sort of digress.
And continually pushing to do new things.
Yes, always try and do new research. It'll definitely be something that you've never heard of before.
And the controllers thing sounds really good fun, actually.
Yes,
because I have this tendency to collect controllers. May throw you a couple, actually.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Because I have no idea about some of these weirder, kind of more
I like the
joysticky style ones. I want the Conix multi-system to be made. Do you know that one?
I do, yes.
You know,
the one that come on floppy disks.
Yeah.
Console game on floppy disks. What were they thinking? I mean, that's just rife with piracy, isn't it?
One day.
I'd like to find one in that chair.
Oh yeah, the chair.
Did
Jeff Minter appear in that chair? It looks, or maybe it's just a guy with a beard.
That narrows it down. It's a guy in a bed. He must be Jeff Minter.
I'm sure I saw a promo photo of him in that, actually, because I remember that coming out and thinking that is literally like being in an arcade.
It is an arcade, yeah.
Yeah, but they never did it, did they?
There is one out there. There is one in existence because there's video on YouTube of somebody sitting in it. And
okay, so you knew things like this.
Yes.
It's because you go in further and you find out.
Yeah, I just go on a tangent just looking for stuff on the internet and stuff. There's like a website dedicated to the history of the Conix multi-system and that.
So you think you've got things like that you haven't yet made a YouTube video about, but you might have tweeted it out or you've got it in your head? Yeah,
I've got it in my head, or sort of I'll write it down somewhere before I forget and stuff.
Hopefully you found a bit more about Larry if you didn't know him already.
Yes, unfortunately, and now you do.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Obviously what he does and the style of videos. It's been great sort of seeing you today.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you out in the internet.
Yes.
Very soon.
Ooh, it's like a modern day lawnmower man.
That's it. We might just turn into Cybermen. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Cool, dude. He's just doing that still. I'm finished. He's not. He's staring in some strange manner. Shall I just carry on? Yeah, welcome to Games You Loved. Here's Statue Larry. He's not moving. Oh, I need a cup of tea now.